Hi, all of you. Good morning. So we'll be continue our Ansible one. Okay. So yesterday, if you remember, we started with the Ansible. Okay. These were the node master node, node one, node two we created. Okay. And I said you that we should create something like this. Uh, master should be in the black background like that way. This one will be in the orange, and this will be in the green. So green is for the node two, orange is for the node one. Okay. And this white one is for the master one. And if you remember, there are the few steps which we already done yesterday. Okay. Like installation of the Ansible. Okay. Then to check whether Ansible is installed successfully or not. Then in the master node itself, we added the IP address, basically the private IP. Okay. Of the node one and node two. Then we edited this file ansible.cfg and we uncommented the line of inventory and sudo user. Okay. And after that, we created a user with the name Ansible and we set a password. Okay. And these things I done in all the three machines in node one also, node two also, in the master also. Okay. So up to here we done. And after that, I was showing you that if somebody is becoming the Ansible user, so they have to use the command switch user dash Ansible. Okay. So anybody remember why we are using the dash here? Do you remember? Anybody? No? Yesterday when I was explaining that I will tell you that. Yeah, to move the user Ansible profile, basically /home/Ansible directory. Okay. So we'll be continuing that part only. So currently we are the EC2 user here. Okay. In the master machine. If I'll do here switch user dash Ansible, they are going to ask for the password. I will hit the password and I'll press enter. I'll become the Ansible user. And here, when I was trying to install some software like yum install httpd, okay, as the Ansible user, that was not working because they are saying you should be the root to perform this command. Then I tried with the sudo power, like sudo, can you run yum install httpd? So they were saying that you have to give me the password. I given the password and they are saying Ansible is not in the sudo file. That means you don't have the power, okay, to run the httpd software command, basically using the power of sudo. So these things only we saw yesterday, and these things we have to rectify that this Ansible user should have the power to run the yum install httpd command, okay, or basically the root level power. So to give this, what you have to do is first thing you have to be the root user to perform this command, okay, because who can add the sudo or everything, okay. See, who can add this Ansible user as a sudo or sudo power to them. So basically root is the admin, right? Root can only provide that, okay, Ansible, I am giving you the sudo power. Okay. So first you have to become the root user. So that's why here I said it. First you have to exit it and you have to become the sudo root user. So exit. Okay. Become the root user, sudo switch user root. Once you become the root user, then what you have to do is simply you have to open a file vi sudo. Okay, just write vi sudo. There is no space, nothing. Just open vi sudo. Enter. Now if you'll come down in this file, downside you'll be seeing a line called root. Okay, just you have to stop there. So see, this is the root is visible here. So just after root, okay, it is saying that I return root is equal to all and all. That means allow root to run any commands anywhere. They are saying I am giving the permission root user to run any command. So similarly here, I want to give the permission to the Ansible user, okay, that you should have all the power. Okay, so you have to give everything in capital, all is equal to all. Exact same thing, just you have to root, and here you have to give the Ansible. Okay, and here they are directly given all. Okay, but we are going to give the no password all, because I don't know that every time Ansible user is trying to hit the command yum install httpdy, they are asking the password. These things I don't want to do. That's why I want to say you should not ask the password every time to the Ansible user. Okay. So this is the things you have to do. Ansible is equal to all, no password all, give the space and keep everything is in the capital from the all side. Okay, and just you have to add after the root line. Even you can check the screenshot. We added this exact same line, all is equal to all, no password all, and we done this as a root user. That also you can keep in mind. Okay, now once you've done this, okay, so simply what you will do, you will save this file. Now once you save this file, become the Ansible user again, switch user dash Ansible. Now again try to run the same command, yum install httpd. So this is going to fail because they will say that you will require the root permission. Now let's run the same command with the sudo power, because this time root provided us the sudo power. Okay, so if you'll try to hit this command sudo yum install httpd, you'll see that they are not asking anything. They are installing the software this time, right? That means our sudo power is provided to the Ansible user. Currently, I don't want to install. That's why I'm pressing N here. But now the problem is solved. So same problem you have to solve in the node 1 also and node 2 also, because node 1 also you created the Ansible user like switch user dash Ansible. Okay, so if I give the password here and if I'll clear it, so you'll see that here also if I try to hit the command sudo yum install httpd, it is going to fail because they will say sudo power is not providing to you. Okay, so see Ansible is not in the sudo file. They are telling it again. You have to do the same thing. Become the root user, sudo switch user root. Okay, then you have to go to the vi sudo file. Okay, enter it, find the root. After root, just write here Ansible. Can we install in node 1 and node 2 also? What do you want to install in node 1 and node 2? Can you be specific?
Actually, that HTTPD can we install in the software in node 1, node 2 also?
No, that's what I am saying. You know, in the node 1, if you are trying it, still you cannot do it, right? So that's why you have to give the power everywhere. In the node 1 also, you have to manually give the power. Node 2 also, you have to give the power. So they can install the software. Okay.
Okay.
So currently we are doing it the node 1. Here also you have to write like this way, Ansible, all is equal to all. Because see, Ansible is not going to connect as a root user or something to the node 1 or node 2. Ansible will log in as a Ansible user itself. Okay. So whatever the Ansible user is present in the node 1, node 2, all the Ansible users should have the permission to run all the commands with the sudo power. Then only they will be able to install. So just keep this in mind. No password, all. Again, save this. And after saving this, always switch to the Ansible and just try that your command is running perfectly or not. Just do sudo yum install httpd. And if it is not asking anything and it is giving you this type of screen, that means you are able to install. Okay. Here also I'm not installing. And similarly, at last step, we'll be doing in the node 2 also quickly. So I'm directly going to the root user, sudo switch user root. And then here I am saying again vi sudo. Again, you have to find for the root. After the root, you have to give again Ansible capital all is equal to all. No password. All. Is it correct? Just no space was missing. Again become sudo switch user sudo dash, not sudo, just directly do switch user dash Ansible, because you already have a sudo power, and simply say sudo yum install httpd. So here also it is working perfectly fine. Okay. So now all the three machines have the sudo power everywhere they can do as an Ansible user. So this thing is done, and that the same screenshot I given 3 times because you have to do the exact same thing. Now, once you've done this, then you have to do one more thing. Okay. You have to edit the SSH config in Ansible Server EC2 instance also and other two node also. Why? Because currently by default, if you try to do SSH authentication to the node 1 and node 2, okay, with the help of the password, they are going to fail. Okay. Because by default, any Linux machine say that I cannot give the access with the password authentication, everything. Okay. So basically the problem is, let me show you quickly. So this is my machine. Okay. If from this machine, if I want to connect to this node 1, okay, I have to simply say that let me write like this. Okay. Just give me a second. I want to see the IP address. Okay. So basically I'm saying from my master that master, I want to go to the login to node 1 as an Ansible user. And my IP address is this one, 172.31.38.226. Okay, if I'll press enter here, SSH Ansible at the rate this one, I'll press enter. They're saying, do you want to connect? I'll press yes. And see, they are saying currently permission denied. That means if somebody will try to do SSH to this machine, okay, this is a master machine. So basically our Ansible software in the backend will be using this command only, right? To reach to the node 1, to reach to the node 2. So they are not able to reach it because permission is denied. If permission is denied, that means there is something configuration issues there. Okay. So to do understand this, what is the configuration issue? What you have to do is first you have to become the root user, log in as a root user. Okay. So in the master, I am becoming the root user again. Simply do exit, it will become the root user. Now in the root user, you have to edit a file vi/etc/ssd ssd config. Okay, so this is the file exact. You have to open this file. Okay, and you have to, in this file, you have to do three things. Okay, the first thing you have to do is you have to find this line, permit root login. Okay, so simply uncomment this line, permit root login, yes. Okay, then there is a line called password authentication. If you'll come down, there is a line called password authentication as yes. Simply uncomment this, and there is a line downside. There is called password authentication no. Okay, simply comment this line. Okay, so basically previously it was written password authentication as no, but now I commented that line and I made sure that it should be password authentication yes. And in the starting, we done the permit root login yes. Okay, so you have to uncomment these two things and you have to comment these things. Okay, and a screenshot is exact look like this. Permit root login, you have to uncomment this. Okay, and similarly, you have to uncomment password authentication as yes, and you have to comment this password authentication as no. Once you've done this, simply save this file and hit the command systemctl, restart SSHD. I want to restart the service. So this is the part we done. Now the same thing, whatever you've done, you have to do it in other machine also, like in the node 1. Okay, so if I'll do in the node 1 exact same thing, become the root user, open the file vi/etc/ssh/sshd config. Okay, inside this again, find for the permit root login. Okay, and before that password authentication, these two things you have to make sure. So permit root login, yes, that I uncommented. Similarly, you have to find for password authentication, give it yes, and password authentication as no, simply comment this using adding hatch and just press save this. Now if I'll save this and this work is done, now again come here and become the root Ansible user from the master node, and here I will hit the again the same command ssh Ansible at the rate this one, and this time I'll press enter. You'll see that problem is solved now. Okay, again still it is saying permission denied. Why so? Just give me a second. Anything you missed? Just give me a second. Okay, we did not restarted the config here, basically in the node 2. After we save this, we have to do this thing also. Systemctl restart SSD. Okay, so we have to restart it. Then now this will work. So let me again do the same thing, SSH Ansible. And see, this time they are asking for the password. They are not doing the password in it. So let me show you again quickly. Currently, I'm in the master. From my master, I'm hitting this command SSH Ansible at the rate this IP 172.31.38.226. If somebody will try to do connectivity from one machine to another machine, they will press enter. They are asking for password. If we write the password, I will hit it enter and see we logged into this machine 38226. This is not our machine. This is the 38226 node 1 machine. And whatever the command I will be running, it will be running in this machine. Okay. I simply will click on exit. You will again become your normal user. So this connectivity was previously not possible. Okay. And to make sure that this connectivity is possible, we edited this line. Okay. Where we state that if somebody is coming with password authentication, you have to make sure that you should ask the password and you should log in them. Okay. If it will be no, then nobody will be able to connect to our machine. So that's why we're done like this. So once you've done in all the three machine, and similarly in the node 2 still it is remaining. So same thing, quickly do it. Become the root user. Uh, open this file /etc/ssh/ssd config. Here also find for permit root login and that password authentication. And save this, and you have to restart the service systemctl restart SSHD. That's all. Now again become the Ansible user. And you know that again the IP of this machine is 172.31.35.149. Let's try to connect from this machine again. So this is again my master. From my master, I'm going to try to connect with the node 2. So again, I'm writing something like the SSH. I want to become the Ansible user in this machine 172.31.35.149. So see, they are asking, are you sure you want to continue connecting? Press yes. They are asking for the password. Just give the password of node 2 and see again I connected to this machine. Okay, how we can connect it to this machine? You can quickly verify. So if I'll do ls command, nothing is there. Let's create a file quickly here. Touch file one. Okay, so this file one is not created in the master machine. This file is created in the node 2. If I'll do ls here, see this file one is created here. Because from this master machine, you are connected to this machine. So whatever the command you are running, okay, it is running on this 172.31.35.114. Okay, so these things you have to keep in mind. Similarly, if I want to delete it, I'll do simply rm-rf file one, and you'll see that file one is deleted. And if I'll do ls from here, that file is one is not visible. Okay, so this, our final goal is that our master machine should be able to communicate to the node 1 and node 2. Okay, so up to here, is it clear or any confusion in this? Is it clear? See, steps are there. Okay, once you will do it, then only you'll get to know the entire thing. Okay, but just the flow you are understanding by seeing this document, you'll be able to do it. Everybody. What happened? At least say yes or no, anything. Are you able to understand up to here? If no, at least say no. That is also fine. If any point not able to understand, just say it. So try to be interactive little bit actually. This is not the normal training, right? This is where you are learning the actual hands-on training. Okay. In the industry, some people is asking you, can you set up the Ansible in our machines, right? So you are confused. So you should ask, right? Like at what point you are getting confused. Because by just sitting, you cannot understand, right? What is the confusion? Ask me.
Sir, good morning. Actually, you created three instances in EC2. One is the master, second one is node 1, node 2. Actually, got it. But actually, some confusion. You told clearly. You told clearly what you said. Understand, but some confused a little bit because what are the yum install? You first initially you install in the master node. You install some software. I have confused in master node what I have to install, and node one node.
Not installing the software. Yeah. See something you have to understand. We are not installing the software to run the yum command. Okay, how you can test that yum command is running or not? Okay, so to know the yum power, you should require to install some software, right? Yum is helping you to install some software. So whenever you are running that command, so without the sudo power, it was clearly saying yesterday I shown you that also in today in starting itself I shown you that if you not give the sudo power and whenever you run the yum command, okay, what will be the answer was coming? Ansible is not in the sudo files, or it is saying that you should be the root user, okay, to perform this command. Are you getting this point? Yum install httpd. Whenever you are running this, they are saying you need to be root user to perform. So as a Ansible user, you don't have the power to run yum command. So do you not understanding this point? How is it? Do you know what is the work of the yum? At least what the yum command is doing?
Or directly install in the root, I think.
Not root. What you are saying? Yum is helping you to install the software. Root is the user. How you can install the root? Root is the username, right? Like
Yes,
there
sir.
is a John, there is a Zach. That's why I'm saying you that you have to complete the Linux practical. Linux in clearly I said you that root is a user who have the admin power, right? Like in Windows, we have the administrator power. So as root user can only have the power to run the like just think like no, just you have a normal laptop, right? In that laptop, if owner of the laptop is you, so who can install the software inside that laptop? I can install. I don't know your password, right? So how I can install the software inside your laptop? You know your laptop password. That's why you can install the software. So similarly, in case of Linux, if somebody is the root user, they can only install the HTTPD software or any software in the world. There in the world there are millions of software, right? So to install any software, there is a yum command, and to use the yum command, you should always be the root user. Okay, but I cannot share the root user credential to everybody in the corporate level. Okay, I cannot say that you should be working all the Ansible practical in the as a root user itself, because if some hacker attacks or something, so entire root credential will be gone. Okay, so they will be have the access of entire system. So that's why we created normal user, guest user. Like in your laptop, you given access to some other person, your family member, your smaller brother or someone. Okay, once you given him the access, then it's totally on you whether you want to give him the permission to see the D drive file or not, whether you want to give him the permission to open the Google Chrome or not. Like in our mobile phone, if I lock my gallery, so nobody will be able to see the images inside that, right? But if I'll say that, okay, you can see it, I given you the password, everything, then only you'll be able to do it. So similarly, currently in the Ansible user, if somebody is trying to install the software, they are saying you should be the root user or you should have the root based power. Okay, then only you can install the software. So for that only we are edited this sudo file, vi sudo. Okay, and inside that I given this line Ansible all no password all. That means I given Ansible user all power. Okay, so now Ansible can do anything in this machine. And once Ansible got this power, then only they will be able to install any software or anything. Okay, so these things keep in mind. If you are getting confused, just see, I already uploaded the handwritten documents. I don't know how many of you are reading it, But if you read the handwritten documents of the Linux first and then come to the Ansible, you'll be able to understand everything. Okay, so just don't get confused. And even today I will complete the Linux Ansible setup, and after that just see this document, try to set it up one time, okay, by seeing reading the line, like what commands I am writing is running is as a root user, what command I am running as a normal user. These things you have to keep in mind. Whenever I am running the bi sudo command, I was running with the root user. Okay, or you can watch the video parallelly and you can do the work. Okay, these things also you can do, because setup is the most important thing here. So we are at this step now. Now the authentication is successful. Okay, from one master machine, I am able to connect to the node 1, node 2. That is our final goal. Okay, that from one machine, I should able to do the SSH to the node 1, node 2 also. And this one, we are able to do it using the SSH command. And I shown you, if I'm hitting the command here, SSH Ansible @ this is for the node 2. I am hitting the password of the node 2 and we are able to do anything in the node 2. Similarly, if I'll exit it, again, I become the master. And again, if I'll do SSH Ansible for some different 226, this is for the node 1. Again, I will hit the password and I will see I connected to that machine. So if this is successful, then half of our Ansible setup is done. Okay. Now there is one more step remaining in our setup side. The problem with this current setup is every time you are doing the SSH, okay, they are asking for the password. Even you can directly give the IP address also. If you don't give the Ansible @ that will also work. Why they will work? Because by default, you will be running all the command as an Ansible user. Okay, so even if you don't give the Ansible user @ like this way, SSH Ansible, if you just write up to IP address only, okay, still they will by default take the Ansible @ only from here itself. So either you write it or either you don't write it. Both is exactly same. Still, if you'll see, I will be automatically they are saying I'm asking you the password for the Ansible user, not the normal user. Okay, so by default they will take this Ansible @. So it's totally on you whether you want to write it or not. Now, once you've done this, the problem with this setup is whenever you want to do SSH, they are always asking the password. Okay, and as a human being, whenever I'm hitting this command, I can type the password from using my keyboard. Okay, but do you think that Ansible software will be able to type the password? They will be not able to type the password, because Ansible is a software. How they can press the keystroke, how they can give the password whenever somebody is asking it. That's why this way is not successful. Okay, because, and even just take a scenario like there are 100 machines. Okay, and if you are doing the practical for 100 machines, are you going to be typing the practical every time? No, I will be not typing the password every time. So to solve this issue that they should not ask the password, okay, like that here I written. Now, whenever we are doing the SSH to any node, it always asks for the password. Okay, so we have to do something so it should not ask the password. So to do this, you have to become the master. You go in the master. Okay, become the Ansible user. Switch user dash Ansible in the master machine. Okay, and see here I done for login. First, you have to log into the Ansible server. Ansible server is basically the master server, and here you have to run the command ssh-keygen. Simply run this. They are asking you something. Simply keep pressing enter, enter, enter. That's all. You have to press enter 3 times, and you'll see this type of the things is generated. Once this is generated, you have to simply come here, do ls-a. See this command, whatever I'm doing here, ls-a. You have to go to this SSH directory, cd.ssh. Then if you'll do ls-a, you'll see here some key file is generated. One is the public key, one is the private key. Then what you have to do is simply you have to say ssh. I want to copy -id. Okay, so this is a command. What this command will do. So basically, currently what is happening. So let me show you from here. So this is the master node. This is the node 1. This is node 2. Now, till now, what we achieved from master, we can connect to the node 1. We can connect to the node 2 using the SSH, but they are always asking for the password. Okay. Now, our final goal is when this master want to connect to the node 1 or when this master connecting to the node 2, they should not ask the password. They will say that, okay, you are my family member, so I will not ask you any password or something. You can directly come in. Okay. But for all other machine in the entire world, they will be going to ask the password. Only for the master, they should not ask the password because master is the family member. So how this node 1 and node 2 will get to know that this master is my family member? Okay, so you have to basically see whenever you are becoming a citizen of a country, so you should have some official documentation, right? Then only you become the citizen. So similarly, same thing. This master is generated a key. Okay, master generated a public key. This key he will share with the node 1 and node 2. Then node 1 and node 2 will verify, okay, that this master is my family member. So from next time when master will try to do SSH, I will not ask the password from him. Okay, so that is our final goal. So to achieve this, simply you have to do SSH. I want to copy my ID, whatever the official documentation I have. Okay, and I'm copying it and I am sending it to the node 1. Okay, so do Ansible at the rate and give the IP of the node 1. Node 1 IP is this one, 172.31.38.226. So once I'll do this, then whatever the ID official documentation this master have, okay, they are sharing with the node 1. So from the next time, node 1 will quickly verify, okay, I have the ID of this person, so he is my family member. I am not going to ask the password. So that is our final thing. Just press enter. They are asking for password. Hit the password, and that's all. Now let's clear all this part again. Now from now on, if somebody is trying to do SSH, okay, to the node 1 from the master 172.31.38.226. Previously, it was always asking the password. Okay, but this time you'll see that they're not asking the password. Directly they are connected to your this machine. Okay, so now this is the benefit. But again, if you try to exit from here, and similarly, you'll do SSH to node 2 currently. So node 2 31.35.149, still they will ask the password, because for the node 2 you did not share the ID, right? So similarly, this master, okay, whoever is the master, he have to share this ID to the node 2 also. So from next time, node 2 also not ask for the password. So simply hit this command, SSH copy ID Ansible at the rate. I want to copy it this time to the node 2 35.149. And this also you copied, give the password, and now this is also copied. Once this is copied, now if you'll try to connect 31, 35, 149 to the node 2, they will also not ask you the password. See, they are directly connecting it. So this problem is also solved. Previously, our problem was whenever the master was trying to connect to the node 1 and node 2, they are asking for the password, but now they are not asking. Why they are not asking the password? Because master generated a key. A key is nothing, just a ID. Okay, and that ID I shared it with the node 1 and I shared it with the node 2 also. Okay, so from now on, whenever I will come, basically just think like that ID is just like a passport. Okay, and whenever you are reaching somewhere, you show the password, people will say that, okay, you are the citizen of this country, you can come directly. But for all other person who don't have the citizenship, don't have that password with them, what they will require, they will require the visa stamp, everything. Visa, you can treat it as a password. Okay, so if they will give the password, they can come. But the person with have the passport, they don't have to show the visa, right? Because if they are the citizen of that country, why they will require the visa? Okay, you are going to some other country on which you are not the citizen, then only will require the visa. So these things you can keep in mind to understand what is the SSH copy ID, everything. And again, same thing item. Simply you have to give your private IP, whatever your private IP is for node 1 and node 2, and you will be able to see it. Now, once everything is ready, now you are ready with to run the commands of the Ansible. Now, from now on, you don't have to do anything in this node 1. You don't have to do anything in the node 2. So just become the Ansible user in all these machines. So I become the Ansible user in node 1 also, and I become the Ansible user in the node 2 also. That's all. From now on, we don't have to do anything in this node 1 and node 2. All things will be doing it from /home/Ansible. Okay, all things will be doing it from the master nodes only. So from now on, once the setup is ready, okay, how you can verify that our Ansible is able to communicate to the node 1 and node 2? So simply hit the command Ansible. First thing, can you tell me what are the nodes connected to me or how many slips are present? So you have to simply say Ansible, I want to see all my list of hosts. So list host. Okay, and see if it is able to do. Okay, they are giving you the private IP address of node 1 and node 2, 38.226, 35.149. They are printing that these all are the list of the hosts that you given it. If I want to see that, do you have a proper connectivity? So simply say Ansible, can you ping it quickly that are you able to reach to this machine? So they will say that if they are able to reach, and see they are saying that I went there and it is success. I'm able to understand that yes, I am able to reach to that machine. I can run any command there. Okay, so like this way they are saying. Now, once you know that there is a command called Ansible all -m ping. So from now on, you can run any command in your that machine. Like if I want to run a date command, okay, in the node 1 and node 2. So simply write Ansible all. I want to run -a is for argument, and I'm pressing enter. What they will do, Ansible is going to this machine. First, they went to 38.226. 38.226 is this machine. This one, node 1. And in the node 1, they run the date command and they got this output. Similarly, they run the output of the date command in the 35.149 machine, and they are able to see this output. Similarly, you can do PWD command. Okay, like Ansible, can you run the PWD command? So they will go and in both the machine they run the PWD command. And even if you manually do the PWD command here, you'll get the exact same output /home/Ansible. And see /home/home Ansible you are getting. Similarly, if you are saying Ansible, can you do one thing? Can you create a file with the name file1? So whatever the Linux command you know, everything you can run it from here. So I am hitting the command touch file1. Okay, so it will create a file1. I will press enter and you will quickly see that file1 is created in both the machine. How you can verify? Come here in the node 1, do ls. See, file1 is created. Go in the node 2. Here also do ls. See, file1 is created. That means our command is working perfectly fine. Okay. So this thing, are you able to get it now? How you can run the command now once the setup is ready? You have to simply use Ansible all -a and whatever the command like that. Okay. But how they are able to find that these are only the IP address where we have to run it? So if you remember in the starting yesterday itself, we updated a file and file name was something Ansible / etc/host file. Okay, inside that we given the private IP1 and private IP2. Okay, and if you remember the group name I given as a demo node that time. So what is the use of demo node now? So if you say that Ansible, can you list the whole list demo node -- list host. So still you will see that 2 IP address only, because my this 2 IP address I written in the demo node group name. So either you run the command Ansible all or either you write the Ansible demo node. Both are exactly same in our case currently. But let me duplicate this session. I'm duplicating the master. Okay. I'm duplicating this master because I want to show you something. Let me become the root user. Clear it. Yesterday I edited this file /etc/Ansible/host. Okay. Now take an example. There is a new team come in our company. That team name is DevOps team. Okay. Inside that DevOps team, there are 5 EC2 instances allocated to them, and IP address of their EC2 instance is something like this. Okay. And similarly, take an example. One more team came. Okay, and that team is testing team, and IP address of the testing team is something like this. Okay, so basically previously only the demo node we added, that is the node 1 private IP and node 2 private IP. Then we added 2 more team, DevOps team and testing team. DevOps team have their 4 laptop with them. Testing team have their 3 EC2 instances or laptop with them. I'll save this file. That's all. You can save this file as a root user all. Okay. Now from the Ansible master, if I am running the command Ansible demo node list all, so they're printing 2 IP only. If I'll say Ansible, can you list the IP address of testing team? So they will print the 3 IP address that we written for the testing team. Similarly, if I'll ask, can you print the IP address for DevOps team? So they will print the 4 IP address, whatever we give it. Okay. And similarly, you will tell to the Ansible that in my office, there are so many teams available. Can you print the IP address of all the teams together? So simply do Ansible all and see all the IP addresses printed. It is print this IP address is from the testing team. This IP address is from the demo node that we created yesterday, and this is for the DevOps team. So is this things clear now? Why we are adding the group name demo node, or have confusion? You can group it. Okay. So if there are different team are working there, you can give the different name, and you can group their EC2 instances there. Are you able to understand or still confusion? Are you there, everybody? Okay, understood. What about others? Others also, please try to answer. See, this is normal, not normal training. Okay, you should speak. Okay, you have doubt, you can ask me. There is no problem with that. Okay, but at least try to understand. And this all DevOps topic will comes with practice. Okay, by hearing this, my lecture, even if you are understanding 10 to 20%, that is more than enough. Nobody can understand entire 100% of content in a single go. Okay, that's why we are providing you the recording, we are providing you the documents. Okay, so after reading this, hearing it from me, if you are watching the video second time, you will get around 30 to 40% of knowledge. Okay, then again, when you start to do the practical implementation by seeing the document, again 10 to 20% more knowledge will come, so you'll able to get 60 to 70%. Okay, and nobody in the world can get entire 100% knowledge in a single go. Okay, so always try to think. If you're not able to understand totally, that is also fine, because we are the human being. We cannot understand the thing in a single go. Okay, because if we can understand the things in a single go, then what is the difference between computer and us? Okay, so just try to learn little bit. Okay, try to revise. If you are getting time, at least on Saturday, Sunday, watch the videos again, then again see the document and practice it. You'll see that your knowledge from the 20% will increase to 50% definitely. Okay, so everything will comes with the practice. So don't get confused. Just try to practice. You will be able to understand everything. Similarly, sometimes what happens, let me show you one more thing. So see, these are currently printing all the IP address, right? And if I want to just do some work in the DevOps team, like DevOps team require my help. Okay. And if they are saying that, can you create some folder or something in my DevOps team IP address? So I will simply write here DevOps. So I will get all the IP address. Okay. And I will say that Ansible, you have to run uh, the command DevOps -a and ls command. So they will run the ls command in all these 4 machine only. Okay. Now from these 4 machines, somebody is saying you that you have to do only on these 2 machine. Okay, you don't have to do work on this 4 machine. You have to do only on the 2 machine. So how you can do? Simply say Ansible, I want to work on the DevOps team, but I don't want to work on every machine, because some people already have that folder, everything created. Few people don't have that folder created. So I'm just saying, like I have to work on this one, 4 and 5. So I'll simply say 0, 1. That's all. So this time they will be printing only 2 IP address. Somebody is saying that you have to work on the last 2 itself. So I'll be writing like this: 0, not 0. It will be 2 to 3. Okay, like this. What happened? Just give me a second. 2 to 3. Give this -list -4. See, it is printing the last IP. So like this way, you can always transfer it. If you want a single IP, that also you can do. Like if I just want to work on the third one, so I'll simply do like this. Only the third one IP is printed. Okay. So like this way, you can do the changes. But for our practical currently, we don't have this many machines set up. Okay. We have only one machine set up. That is our demo node. Okay. So I'll simply again go in this file, and whatever the extra thing I added, that I'm going to delete it. Or even if you keep it, there is no any problem, because every time don't write the command something like this Ansible all. Okay, always try to write the command Ansible demo node. Okay, because now you know why I have to write the demo node, because I want to work only on the demo node machine. Demo node. Okay, and what will happen if I'll do Ansible DevOps list host here something? Let me show something like this. DevOps Ansible. I want to run some command in the DevOps -a. Can you run the ls command? They will be going to fail because that IP address is random, right? This IP address is not working. So our Ansible will be never able to reach to that machine. And you'll see after some time they are going to give some error. So see, it is saying that I cannot connect to this machine by SSH protocol. I tried to reach there, but it was unreachable. And that is true because I given random IP 1.2.3.4. Okay. So that's why they are not able to connect. But same command, if I say that Ansible, can you run the exact same command in the demo node group? Because in this I given you the correct IP. I'll press enter and see this time they will be able to connect. They are not giving any error. So these things you have to keep in mind. And let's skip up to here. And tomorrow we'll be starting with the ad hoc command. I will give you the idea about ad hoc and module command tomorrow. Okay. So up to here, you can try to set it up, and still if you don't have enough time to try to set it up, so at least read the document and watch the video one more time. You'll get most of the things. Okay. First was yesterday video, then was the today. Okay. Anything you have to ask other than this? No? Yeah, Ram, do you want to say something?
Sir, can we file in node 2 or node 1? It reflected automatically second node. Is it right?
Okay.
Can we show that the same files in master also?
No, master, we are not running the command. We are running the command from the master to the node 1 and node 2. Okay. If you add the IP address of the master also in that list, then they will run that command in the master also. But currently our final goal is to run the command only in the slave node, not in the master. That's why whenever you are hitting the command touch file1, so first it is running in the node 1. That's why file1 is visible there. Second time they are running the touch file1 command in the node 2. That's why in the node 2 also it is visible. They are not running the command in the master itself. Okay.
Just one more question. If we are setting up three nodes, one is master, two slave. So for the slave, can we just copy the AMI image of one of the slave and just set up the second one with the same image? Wouldn't that be easier? I was just thinking, I haven't set it up. Would that be one thing we can do?
See, the first thing you can do, but again, you'll not learn in that thing. And second thing, the IP address, everything is going to be different. Username, you have to again create it. Password generation, you have to again do it, right? So these things, and always we have to, you remember, we are always changing to the user name in the Ansible. We are doing some as thing as an Ansible user, something we are doing as a root user, right? So it's preferable way that whenever you are learning in the starting, you can do like this way only, that how I taught you. Once you are familiar with the concept, then you can go with the image creation, everything, and you can quickly copy it. Okay.
Got it.
Because in the industry, whenever we will be launching 100 EC2 instance, everything, that time definitely we'll be using the copy image only. Okay. But in a starting, I will say you that practice it manually. If you practice it manually, image creation you can do easily. Okay.
Got it. Thank you.
But that is the right approach. Image creation we can do. No issue for it. Okay. Thanks all of you. Have a nice day.